Hi friends, welcome. Earlier we have seen how to create the variables and all and why we should use the variable and the different naming styles we should follow or the what's the best way to name a variable. Now we'll see how will the what are the rules of creating the variables. Can we follow our own thing and what are the error messages we are likely to get when you violate a rule of creating the variable, and these are specific to Python only. And these error messages we'll also try to understand from this error message what is the mistake we have done by using the AI tool. What we are learning now is Python along with the AI tools. We'll learn more about this. Visit this URL, this there in the description below, and in this here you will get all the details, the rules creating the Python variables and all other videos. Links also you will get it. You can watch the videos, practice it. All the codes are also available here. Copy this and use it in your either in your desktop or in the Colab environment, so you can work on this. And towards the end you will get the link also for your practice session. You can click that, go to GitHub. So it will open in GitHub, and in the GitHub you can download and save the entire worksheet, or in the it's a Jupyter notebook, or click this open in Colab button at the top. Once you click this, this particular file will open in your Colab platform. But note that before that you must log into your system. So it will open in your Colab platform, and the entire file will be with all the sample source codes will be stored in your Colab system in your Google Drive. I'm in my blog post. So here let's check the first one. So name starts with lower or uppercase cats, or it can start with the underscore also. So let us just try that. So I'm just switching to Colab platform. See, in another tab I have kept my Colab platform open, and in the previous our discussion we used this particular example. Let's just delete it. Now here I am in the Colab. You can just reach here by just searching Google Colab. You must log into your Google account. Your Gmail account is your Google account. So you just log into your Google account and come here. So search for Google's Collaboratory or Colab, uh, and it's a free cloud-based Python platform from Google. Now we have already discussed more about this previously. Now is just the right side. I have clicked connect. I am doing this because when I run it, it will also try to connect it if I am not connected. So it will connect me because the backend resources it will allow. Now what we have understood is it can start with a character, uppercase or lowercase or underscore. So what I am doing is number 1. This is a variable equal to say 20. Now started with a character, but I will say that I will start with a lowercase letter. Number underscore number 2 equal to say 10. Now fine. And it can start with an underscore, so I am using underscore total equal to number 1 plus number 2. Okay, fine. So I got the okay, see here it is underlining because you see number 2 is a lowercase, so it's so telling me something is wrong there. So number 2 now. Now let me just come back, next line, print underscore total. So what you have seen is this. Okay, let me just run it once. Yeah, here it is 30, or I can just give a more descriptive so easy to understand. So I will say sum comma total. So now if I run this, it executed and gives sum equal to 30, or you can write it equal to also as a string. I am writing equal to equal to total. Now it is 30. Now if I run it, it will show me. Here I have followed all the rules. Say I have given the uppercase, lowercase, underscore. Now let me change this. What I will do is I'll copy this and go to another code block, paste it here. So this is what. Now let's just see what it says next. Can't start with a number. So I can't start it with a number. Let me just see what I will do. I will just create a 1 underscore I have put it. So we have already seen underscores are allowed, but here I am starting with a number. It is already showing me a error message. Let me just override it and go where I am here. So what I will do, one underscore. I am using a number to start a variable, or to name I am using a number which violates the my rule. So let me just see, this is already giving me an indication. Is a statement must be started by new line. Okay, it understands variable number. So it is telling. Now let's just see what it is giving me the output. So it must give me a error message. It should give me the error. Okay, this is the thing. Now here the comes, we will see explain the error. Now once I am clicking the explain the error, it picks up the Gemini. Here it is. I click the explain the error, syntax error. Now it is working, sending the data or the error to the backend. The error invalid in your code because Python variable name cannot start with a number. I have updated the cell to change one number to number. Okay, fine. It wants me to accept and run. So I can accept the changes and run it, or simple accept it or cancel it. So let just accept and run. So it will do the corrections for me and run the cell. Now you see it has corrected the cell because I allowed it. So let me just close it again. So this is how the AI tool help we can take while correcting ourselves. Now let's just run it. It has corrected it. So print once again, we are printing. So sum equal to 30. So we can't start it with a number. Fine. What is next? The line reads like that can contain number. You can see here, can contain number, underscore or car. This is the line. You can read this. So what happens if you don't follow it? Means if you start using something else other than a number, underscore or a char. So what will happen? Now this is the, well, let us copy this again, paste it in another code block and paste it here. So here what I do is I will put a special character. Let's say here I am putting a hash here. Okay, here let's just see, it will not allow me. Okay, let's just try. Let us see what message it gives, but it's a different type of error message it will give, because I can't use any other than these three things: uppercase letter, lowercase, uppercase, underscore and number. These are all allowed for the variable, and at the starting numbers are not allowed. So let me just run this. I got the error message. So we have already seen how to correct it. Name is not number is not defined because it is treating this as a comment part. This green color, it is showing right to the right of it. So get it. Now let me just go and put a @ symbol. Now it's a different type because it is no more a comment to the right. So it is, let's just see that. See, cannot assign expression here. Maybe you mean underscore instead of. So it has on its own, it can diagnosis it and probable the help it has given, syntax error. Now I can, same thing I can do it and take the help of, you can try that. So let me just remove this, and we know next tool it will work. So let us just run this and the same one. So we'll get the sum of 30, sum equal to 30. Now what's next? So no length restriction, you can extend it, but remember that too many characters, if you give it, meaning may change. So there is no length, you should have 10 character length or something, that is not there. Now let me just move up a bit. Okay, can reassign to different types. What does that mean? Say I am storing an integer, and same variable I can use it to store a string also. Now let's just we'll understand this better by an example, though it appears very simple. Let me just say a equal to 5. Sorry, a equal to 5. Now below that I am writing print a. Now let's just run this and see what it is printing. Okay, obviously it will print 5 here. So I have connected, it is taking bit time. Okay, it has printed 5 here. Now let me just, below that means after assigning a equal to 5, I assigned an integer to it. Now let me just, sorry, I have executed it another. I have come here, a equal to x, y, z. sorry, xyz, something, a string within the single quotes I have put it. So now it is a same a I have assigned it. Now let me just run it. It is printing xyz. It has not given me error. Remember, if you know this from the C background, there in other languages, many other languages, you will face this issue. But here Python reassigned it, and now it says, okay, it's not an integer variable now, it's a string now. So this is the flexibility Python gives it. So without, I need not reassign it, declaring it as a different type. And we can change the type also. We'll learn slowly that one. Now let me just come back here. Case sensitive. Now case sensitive means this is the one what you are going to understand. Case sensitive. So let's come back here. What do you understand? Now let me make it little simple here. Copy this. Come back to another cell below this. Here I am putting it here. Now what happened? Number I have written for our easy understanding, because we are not focusing anything else. Number 20. Total is number 2. Fine. Sum equal to total. Okay. Up to this there is no error. Let me just put it. So 30, no error. But now what I will do, let me just put it uppercase T. So now this is a different variable I am printing. Now what it will do is, when I am printing a different variable, I will be, so it gives me a error message now. So name total is not defined because it's a different variable. This total is not same as this total. Hope you got the idea here. So this is the error message. Again, you want to learn more by debugging this error message, explain the error. So you can do that by using the AI tool. Next is reserved words can be used. Here it is. So what are these reserved words? If you click this, you will get a list of reserved words here. These are the list of 35 reserved words. This may change with the version of Python you are using. It may +1 or 2 minus, like that it will be. Now coming back, what are the reserved words? Because these are the words which Python used it for its own handling, say diff, for, while. We know these are all the inside Python compiler which uses these words for its own purposes, and we know these purposes. We will learn more about that. Diff means defining a function. So these words we can't use it as a variable. So let's just see that diff equal to 40. If I'll write it, that will be error. Let's just see that one. So I am just going one more code. Let me start with by saying diff equal to 45. Now you see it has immediately given me. You can see the error here, expected function name, because diff is used as a function name. This is a reserved word. So every language has its own list of reserved words. So I'm not supposed to touch those words and use it as a variable. So it's like, say you are staying in a society, you are residential one, you can, any residence, anybody can come and stay there. But the security guard, the maintenance booth, these are all not place for, these are the for the internal uses of the housing society and all. So these places are reserved for a specific work. So similarly, these reserved words are used here. You will also spend some more time in understanding the reserved words, how you will print it. All these things will subsequently learn. Let's just come back again to our Colab platform. Here it is. Must assign before using. So what is here is, you can see this total, what I am using, this total is not same as this total, lowercase total, where T is the first character is the lowercase. Here it is uppercase. So this, it treats as a new variable. So once it is a new variable, it expects this total to be defined or assigned before using it. So that is why the error. So this total is a, because it has not used it, must assign before using. So this is the example. Now operation with similar variables. Okay, let's just see that. We'll come back to Colab again, one more. Now say I am saying n1 should not do, because okay, it's a 2-line code, we can easily name n1 is 45. Now n2 equal to, say, +2 net. Now these are two variables. Now I will say assign total equal to n1 plus n2. Note that n1 is assigned to an integer, it's a different type variable, and n2 is a string. So this is different again. Now what happens? Print total. Now let's just see what happens here. Okay, let's just see what it is doing. Unsupported operand types s plus, because it cannot add a integer to a thing. What I can do is, let's just see, to understand better, instead of writing 45, I will say like this. Now what is has become is n1 is no more a integer variable or a number it is storing, it's storing a string now. So I can add two strings by using plus. Let's just see this. The output will slightly different because it is adding two strings, is two numbers. So you just see here the output 45 then plus 2. Let's just see the output here. Now one more is the, here it is, you can see scope of variables. So this is means the variables we keep it inside a function or a thing is not same as the variable outside. So this is on different scenarios we will study this part, scope of variable. So if you outside a function, it is a different variable. If it is inside a function, it's a different. When in a class also it's different. So we'll study that as we move forward. This is how we'll manage the rules and create our variables. We'll follow the rules, and in case of error messages, how we will debug it using the AI tool. This is what we have. You can further practice it more and using the Colab platform. And if you are facing any issues, doubts, suggestion, questions, anything, use the comment section below to post it. And my request is, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified always when we post a tutorial, and we are frequently posting also. And please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.